Temperature's a little colder beginning of this year's season, so a bear pelt harvested means a bear pelt in the freezer until spring. We'll still need to put together a fleshing pole and stretching frame, so let's get into that a little ahead of time. The first thing you're going to need is a log to make your pole out of. And luckily, we have this one that's just sitting out by the edge of the road. You're going to need something like a 45-degree angle to prop this thing up on, so a stand or something, in order to work with it once it's finished. Something like a truck tailgate will work just fine. Us not having a truck, taking advantage of the crux between our spare tire and our hitch on our rooftop tent trailer should work out as well. You're going to want to measure out your angle in here so it's about chest height. Mark your cut point. We probably didn't need to half hitch this guy, because we're only going about 20 feet, but it looks cool. It gives us a chance to practice some knots. I mean, it's really not at all that much excess, but then we wouldn't be getting to mess with Texas. You're going to want to move all of these knots and nodules off of your pole. A lot of these are going to be harder because that's where you're going to find your resin collecting in a dead tree. Now that that's all done instead, you're going to want to take your hatchet and chamfer this end, just making it all nice and smooth on the edges so that when you're moving your hide around it, it doesn't snag and tear. You can also flip your draw knife around backwards to edge this out a little better. Now that you've got your chamfer done up, let's skim some of this cambium and remaining bark off of here, making it nice and smooth. You only really need to do this 2 or 3 feet down from your working end because that's the extent of your fleshing reach. Chamfered and skinned, we have our 45. Now we just gotta find somewhere to store this thing until spring. All right, let's go build some frames. I'm not the biggest fan of taking down standing trees, but a lot of times in nature, one thing needs to die in order for another to thrive. And where would this video be without our token jump cut montage? And we haven't heard this one from O. Marcus in a little while. And we'll cut another shorter piece off later in case we need to shore it up. Not that I'm trying to look all tough. This will probably break me for a few days. My life is full of regret. And once you have your carry cordage removed, go ahead and cut a channel on either end of 2 of your poles. This will help hold your cross beams in place. Add some lashing with a clove hitch. I'm just using this cheaper polypropylene baling twine because it's much more cost effective than paracord. And with it, you're going to tether all of your poles together on the corners with square lashings. We won't get into how to do these lashings right now, but if you want to check the link to video up in the right-hand corner, it'll take you through a step-by-step process. A little janky at this size, but nothing a couple more corner braces won't fix. We're prepped for spring and free to go harvest more hides. Thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and hit that hype button. Let's beat this algorithm together, and we'll see you next time.